12 Malaysia plan to bring keluarga Malaysia forward restructures economy. Targeted assistance to continue under 12 MP. The Malaysian family prosperous, inclusive and sustainable. These are the main objectives in formulating the 5-year-long 12 Malaysia Plan 12 MP to be carried out from 2021 to 2025 at a time when the world is grappling with challenges brought by COVID-19. 12 MP is also a comprehensive development plan that will bring about various changes and improvements to ensure sustainable economic growth and equal returns distributions. For the purpose, 4 main catalytic policy enablers and 14 game-changing innovative actions will be introduced. The 12 MP consists of 3 themes. Firstly, rejuvenating this economy. Second, harmony and inclusivity, as well as increasing sustainability. Towards this direction, the 4 catalytic policy enablers are developing future talent, expedite the acceptance of technological usage, and acceptance improvements of network and transport infrastructure, as well as transformation of the public service. Meanwhile, 4 main objectives have been highlighted, which are 4.5% to 5.5% GDP growth for 2021 until 2025, an average household income of about 10,000 ringgit a month by 2025, gap GDP per capita between the Peninsula and Sabah reduced to a ratio of 1 to 2.5 and 1.2 for Sarawak by 2025, and lastly, reduction of greenhouse gas emission by 45% by 2025 in line with the Paris Agreement 2015. Moving on to the next news, to ensure the prosperity of keluarga Malaysia continues to be productive, quality and at a satisfactory level, especially in the current pandemic situation, the healthcare system will continue to be strengthened. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, when tabling the 12 MP in the Dewan Rakyat today, said a review of the current healthcare system's efficacy will be conducted and the country's healthcare policy will be drafted to enable the authorities to be prepared to handle the spread of infectious diseases or any health crisis.
Sehubungan dengan itu, kerajaan akan mengkaji semula keberkesanan sistem kesihatan sedia ada dan dasar kesihatan negara akan dirangka bagi meningkatkan kesiapsiagaan mengurus penyakit berjangkit serta krisis kesihatan. Pelan hala tuju pembangunan vaksin negara juga sedang dimuktamadkan bagi memastikan Malaysia mampu menghasilkan vaksin sendiri.
A responsive measure has been identified for hospitals to be upgraded into having a hospital bed ratio of 2.06 beds for every 1,000 population by 2025. Health facilities will also be given priority in terms of development and addition to the 12 hospitals currently being built nationwide and is expected to complete during 12 MP timeline. Health equipment and resources such as intensive care units facilities will be included in the development agenda, while health clinics all over the country will also be upgraded. Meanwhile, targeted financial assistance such as stimulus packages, cash aid and social security will be continued. At the same time, more integrated efforts will be carried out to increase income and overcome the issue on rising cost of living, especially to those who are most vulnerable.
Usaha yang lebih bersepadu akan dilaksanakan untuk meningkatkan pendapatan dan menangani kenaikan kos sara hidup, isi rumah B40 serta kumpulan mudah terjejas. Bantuan bersasar seperti pemberian wang tunai dan perlindungan sosial akan diteruskan kepada mereka yang layak. Program pemerkasaan ekonomi komuniti bandar dan skim pembangunan kesejahteraan rakyat di luar bandar dengan kos sebanyak 1.5 bilion ringgit akan diperkukuh bagi meningkatkan kebolehpasaran, kesejahteraan dan kuasa beli keluarga B40.
Meanwhile, students from B40 families will also be given priority when considering admissions into prestigious schools and scholarships. Training and mastery programs will also be increased to help the M40 group secure jobs. The government guarantees that children will be able to access quality education at an affordable cost. Corporates are also urged to play a part in assisting the Malaysian family in breaking free from the shackles of poverty. On another note, the Prime Minister said the government has allocated 2.25 billion ringgit to provide housing assistance to the poor.
Bagi menyediakan bantuan perumahan kepada rakyat miskin, kerajaan akan memperuntukkan sebanyak 2.25 bilion ringgit dalam tempoh RMK ke-12. Peruntukan ini adalah untuk membina dan membaik pulih sebanyak 85,500 unit rumah di bawah program bantuan rumah yang melibatkan 75,000 unit rumah di kawasan luar bandar dan hampir 10,500 unit rumah di kawasan bandar. Ini tidak termasuk pembinaan rumah yang dilaksanakan di bawah kerajaan negeri, sektor korporat dan pertubuhan masyarakat sivil atau CSO.
Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said that the government will also improve financing facilities including the Fund for Affordable Homes, Youth Housing Scheme and Rent-to-Own RTO program to ease the burden of these groups in paying their installment. The 12th MP will also focus on improving the country's entire education system as well as addressing the issue of skills mismatch in the labour market. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said that this was because the education system needs to produce quality and highly skilled human capital to meet industry's needs.
Untuk menjadi sebuah negara berpendapatan tinggi, pembangunan bakat amat penting. Oleh itu, sistem pendidikan perlu mengeluarkan modal insan berkualiti dan berkemahiran tinggi bagi memenuhi kehendak industri. Tumpuan diberikan untuk menambah baik seluruh sistem pendidikan negara serta menangani isu ketidakpadanan dalam pasaran pekerjaan.
The key measures that will be implemented to improve the country's education system include enhancing science, technology, engineering and mathematics education to prepare students for technological changes including the fourth industrial revolution. On higher education, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said a more flexible system would be created besides establishing better cooperation with the industry to improve the quality of graduates in fulfilling industry's needs. Up next, fully vaxxed husbands to be allowed in labour room. Stay tuned. The government remains committed in enhancing the public service in order to increase its transparency and efficiency. To that end, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the public sector would be transformed by rearranging the structure and functions of all ministries and government agencies as well as studying the introduction of the Public Service Act.
Struktur dan fungsi kementerian dan agensi akan disusun semula bagi mewujudkan organisasi yang lebih mendatar dan mengurangkan kerana birokrasi. Mekanisme pemilihan dan pengambilan pegawai, pengurusan dan profesional dalam pelbagai skim juga akan diperkukuh bagi memperoleh bakat yang terbaik. Cadangan untuk memperkenalkan Akta Perkhidmatan Awam akan dikaji bagi membolehkan pelaksanaan dan pengasingan kuasa dan tanggungjawab yang jelas antara anggota pentadbiran dengan penjawat awam.
The Premier added a Malaysian Governance Index would be introduced to measure the country's performance in delivering the service to the people. He also said the digital government agenda would be strengthened to reach the target of 80% end-to-end online services by 2025. Bureaucracy tendencies will be reduced while quality and reliable infrastructure will be established to drive the growth of the private sector. The National Investment Aspiration NIA will become the main frame to attract investments, simultaneously placing Malaysia as the region's investment hub.
Insentif sedia ada akan disemak semula untuk memberi fokus kepada pelaburan yang berasaskan teknologi termaju dan memenuhi aspek kelestarian alam sekitar. Ini akan dapat menyokong hasrat negara untuk mempercepatkan peralihan kepada industri berteraskan pembuatan termaju atau dengan izin advanced manufacturing tanpa menjejaskan alam sekitar.
Productivity will also be boosted through research and innovation activities, usage of the latest technology and reducing dependency on unskilled labour. International trade will be strengthened by identifying new markets and products, improving trade facilities, increasing export industry's competitiveness. Trade partnership will also be encouraged through ratification on free trade agreements FTA, such as the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership RCEP. Husbands who have fully completed both doses of the COVID-19 vaccination will be allowed to accompany their wives in the delivery room during childbirth. Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin said that husbands have to be tested negative for COVID-19 before being allowed to join their wives in the delivery room. According to the minister's official Twitter account, he had asked Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah to allow would-be fathers who have completed their vaccination and screened negative for COVID-19 to accompany their wives in the labour room. Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham replied to the post saying that he will do what is required to see that this initiative can be implemented. Previously, government hospitals do not allow husbands to accompany their wives in the labour room since the implementation of the Movement Control Order MCO last year due to the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation MOSTI is targeting 100 million ringgit allocation next year to fund implementation of various projects under the Malaysia Grand Challenge MGC. Its Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adham Baba said for this year, a total of 80 million ringgit was allocated for MGC programs to enable the ministry to encourage the implementation of research and development projects related to science, technology and innovation.
Dana Malaysia Grand Challenge ditawarkan kepada individu termasuk belia ataupun 18 tahun ke atas dan syarikat pemula, itu yang penting, startup company yang berdaftar dengan SSM ataupun Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia. Sementara itu, pemohon di bawah usia 18 tahun, permohonan boleh dipertimbangkan. Ini dia. Dengan syarat mendapat sokongan daripada badan-badan yang bertauliah serta memenuhi syarat-syarat yang ditetapkan.
The minister added that MOSTI is committed to continuing providing support and guidance to local young talents to come up with innovations starting from the earliest stages. Police detained an Indonesian man and seized shabu worth 1.74 million ringgit by the roadside at Bagan Lipas Laut Rungkup in Bagan Datuk yesterday. State Police Chief Datuk Mio Farid Alatrash Wahid said the 56-year-old suspect was arrested at about 12:55 a.m. by a team from the Hilir Perak District Police Narcotics Criminal Investigation Division. Datuk Mio Farid Alatrash said checks on the suspect led to the discovery of 2 gunny sacks containing drugs believed to be shabu weighing 29 kilograms.
Kesihatan yang kita jalankan Suspek ni telah memberi dadah ni kepada seorang suspek lain. Kita sedang kesan dan MO-nya digunakan adalah dengan menggunakan jeti-jeti haram dan akan gunakan sampan ataupun bor-bor kecil untuk dihantar ke tengah laut, dan ada orang akan pick up di tengah laut untuk dihantar ke Indonesia.
He said the suspect has been involved in the activity for the past 3 months and was on 7-day remand from yesterday. The case is being investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drug Act 1952 that carries a mandatory death penalty upon conviction. Coming up in sports, Malaysia kick off Sudirman Cup campaign with a win over England. Stay with us. Malaysia beat England 3-2 in its first Sudirman Cup Group D match today in Vantaa, Finland. Malaysia's point came from the men's single, men's doubles and mixed doubles. In the first match, our mixed doubles pair of Hu Pangron and Chia Yi Si beat England's Marcus Ellis and Lawrence Smith in straight set 21-19, 21-18, before number one singles Lee Zijia defeated Johanny Torjussons also in straight sets 21-4, 21-15. The winning point came from top doubles pair Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik, who overcame Ben Lane and Sean Bandy 22-20, 22-18. Unfortunately, women's singles as Kisona then fell to a straight sets defeat to Abigail Holden 16-21, 20-22, before the women's doubles pair of Pearly Tan and M. Tina lost in 3 hard-fought sets to England's Chloe Birch and Lauren Smith 18-21, 21-17, 10-21. National hockey team head coach Arul Selvaraj described 2-2 draw against the Old Georgians Hockey Club yesterday as a positive start for the Speedy Tigers in their tour of the United Kingdom Hockey Series. He said that he was satisfied with the result as it had been a long time since they have had a competitive outing. Malaysia took a 13th-minute lead through a field goal by midfielder Muhammad Najib Abu Hassan before Muhammad Shahril Sabah doubled their lead with a penalty corner goal in the 41st minute. Undaunted, the Old Georgians, who finished 4th in Division 1 of the 2019-2020 England Hockey League, head back with goals in the 44th and 58th minutes to deny Malaysia a winning start to their tour. Arul Selvaraj was also pleased with his players' performance against the club side featuring about 11 players from the Great Britain squad who made it to the quarterfinals of the Tokyo Olympics recently. Coach Arul Selvaraj's men will take on England Hockey League champions Surbiton HC on Wednesday. Alright, so that concludes this evening's news at 10. Making the headline today, 12 Malaysia plan to bring Keluarga Malaysia forward, restructures economy. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Shuhaida Arifin. Stay tuned to saluran Berita RTM and have a pleasant evening.